Hey y'all, welcome back. This is Michelle from Michelle's Empty Nest, and today we are going to pick up with Thursday in my Week in the Life 2021 album. So if you missed part one where I covered the first half of the album, I will link that video below, and you'll see that these days follow the same pattern or formula as the other days have. So I start off with the acetate piece or transparency with the abbreviation of the day. And then the pleather piece, it's a little tag that I tied twine through before I stuck it down. I don't like to leave a tag open. I like to put twine or ribbon there. And then we go into the day where I've got the half circle, and Thursday looked like this. So this day was a little bit different green, more of maybe, I don't know, maybe a celery green or something. And I did my journaling, as I mentioned in the other video, the day of. I sat down at night before I went to bed, or filled it in as we did some things throughout the day in some cases, so that for all of these ing words, it was more in the moment journaling. And so when Sunday came, I had all the journaling done. And I think that really helped me to be able to get this project finished up. So I've got that. And then again, I did the daily paper with the chipboard piece. And then the download that I ran through the ink machine with this gold star foil, the Thursday circle fabric piece with a pink word phrase sticker. And then here's my large photo that starts the day, and it's made to the 7 by 8.25 size. So on this day, I decided I would use this close-up of my two Siamese cats. So this is Margot in the front. She always wears purple, and Stella wears pink. And then again, fabric patch on every one of these kind of initial large photos for each day. And then I stacked up 3 word phrase stickers on the picture as well. All right, so then we go back into the craft cardstock piece with the letterpress for each day, where I did a screenshot of the weather, and more daily paper, and then my Freestyle Libre screenshot for kind of how my blood sugar was throughout the day. As I mentioned in the previous video, I am a diabetic, and I use this app. I wear a little monitor that pins into my arm, sticks in with a little needle, and I can scan it and it tracks things for me. And I just thought it would be something interesting to see because it's, you know, my diabetes is a big part of my life. I also explained how I created this whole contraption right here in the other video, so you can check that out if you're unsure of that. And then this one paired best with this day's color, so it was 4 little stories that I told. And again, I have my newspaper. I have the Front Pages app from the local newspaper to me. I don't live in Atlanta, but it's the biggest newspaper here in the state in Georgia. And also the New York Times to get a little bit more of a global view. And I had also mentioned before that I printed these out on a resume type paper. So it's got just a little bit more of a texture like a newspaper would. It's thinner. It's not like copy paper, but it's nowhere near a cardstock. So it's, I just thought that would be interesting. Okay, and then I kept going with grouping those colors as best I could for every day. And as I mentioned before, I put 3x4 cards or 3x4 pieces of acetate into the pocket with the little houses stapled on. And then I have the 1 through 5 on the card, and I have 5 spaces left. So I was able to number them, and this day I used black they're all Feed Your Craft puffy stickers, and I used black for each day this week. Again, I put in some word phrase stickers, some hearts sometimes, just to kind of use up the product that I have. Our pets are a big part of my life. As you can see, here's Margot again, staring me down while I'm trying to watch a video that related to doing Week in the Life. I'm fairly certain. All right, and then my chore for this day that I documented is the fact that we have to gather all the trash up and pull it around to the road on Thursday so that our trash truck can come pick it up on Friday. And I think this probably was in that set that I downloaded from Allie with the a bunch of different templates, or like it had a Polaroid style, it had like a computer screen, it had a cell phone screen, and I think this was part of that same pack. So just again, random photos from the day. There's crazy Stella. There's little Ellie. And I just did a little bit of journaling here. Then back onto my pieces of life or stuff of life. Again, I've got those circles they're like half of a print, and then I did repeat stamping for each day. So Thursday for this one. And then this day I did favorite bands and tried to get that green to match as well as I could. And they're tied together with the black and white baker's twine. So that finished up Thursday. Friday was kind of this little sunny yellow color. Well, this part I think this is the day that maybe matched the least out of all of them. We'll see as we go through, because I've got this red toned pleather tag down here. All right, so we flip over. Got the same setup still with Friday's page. And this day we spent a lot of time outside. My husband was doing a lot of work in the yard. It's a terrible picture of me, but it's me with no makeup on, and that's just how life goes. So did a wonderful day for the fabric patch on this one. Words, phrase stickers, my weather, my diabetes app. And I really liked this paper. It didn't really match so well with this day, but I used it anyway. And then here we have more yellow and things that I'm grateful for. The newspapers. My husband out mowing the lawn or cutting the grass, as we say down here in Georgia. And today's color for the Feed Your Craft numbers were this gray color. And I'm measuring up to the top of the ceiling. I have a cathedral ceiling in my craft room, and I'm trying to get some lights hung up there. So I was measuring that. It took me quite a while to try to measure up into the ceiling. It's very high up there. And then on this day, for kind of my chore thing, was just loading the dishwasher or whatever. And then I loved this picture from the day with my husband and our Great Dane Piper. I mentioned, I think in yesterday's video, she's 11, over 11 now, which is old for Great Danes. We're in bonus years, or my husband calls them extra innings. She's still healthy, but she's definitely not a spring chicken anymore. You know, she's starting to show some signs of aging. Her little face used to all be black. But I just thought it was a sweet picture of him bending down with her. And then this was like a speech bubble template. And so I included some photos from the day there as well. And this is one, I mentioned that some of them I just printed straight out on photo paper. Sometimes I printed cardstock and then did the photos separate. This one, I just did it straight on the photo paper and made it super simple. This was another of the either a download file or a stamp file from Allie. And it says the stuff tells a story. So I thought it was kind of appropriate going with my stuff of life pieces. And I actually did something new to me in Photoshop where I clipped in an image inside of the stamp. So it was one of these types of images where there was just a lot of trees in the background. And so just to kind of try something different, practice a new skill and see what it looked like. So it's just got, like trees and then grass down here at the bottom. So I thought that turned out fairly well. And then here are my Friday pieces of life. I used that circle. I guess Friday did match. Maybe it's Saturday or something that did match because most everything has been yellow. That repeat stamping, and I use those little black hearts every time. And then I did some of my favorite movies with the yellow. Then we go into Saturday, which is a beautiful bright pink color. And I did add this weekend up here because I just felt like it was a good time to use it. So I stuck that up there on the part that kind of hangs out of the page protector. Again, my journaling, did it as I went through the week. So there's my Saturday page. And this day, even though I had just gotten some things from IKEA for Mother's Day from my boys the Sunday before, this started the day after Mother's Day. So the same week, technically, my husband and I went back because I decided to add another calyx unit into my craft room, and then I wanted a few other pieces as well. So I got a picture of me shopping, and that was my large photo for the day. Weather app. And then this day, I mentioned I was not a good diabetic. I'm not. This was my breakfast, Pop-Tarts. We ate in the car because we were in a hurry to get up to Atlanta to IKEA, so had a cheeseburger. And then that evening, we ate the Varsity again in the car. I forget why. Oh, I remember why. It's because we went to IKEA in my husband's little bitty convertible Volvo and bought furniture that needed to be put together. So we had to have the top down and the boxes sticking out of the back seat. So we couldn't leave and go into the restaurant. So I went in and ordered, and then we sat at the Varsity and ate outside. The Varsity, if you don't know about it at Atlanta, it is like a landmark. Everybody loves the Varsity and goes there often when they're in Atlanta. Okay, there is my newspapers for the day. And then here you can see boxes, like there were 5 or 6 huge boxes hanging out of the back of the convertible. It was quite interesting. We also picked up, our boys wanted us to see if we could find a little coffee table to go in their jam session area in their garage. So we sent them a picture and to see if this one was okay. So that was what that picture was for. Me inside of the Varsity. And my husband wanted to take a picture in front of IKEA with his Volvo because they're from the same country, and apparently in a Volvo group that he's in, that's kind of a good thing. So we had done this one as we were going into the store, and there I am waving in the passenger seat. And then when we came out, we had to go by and do another picture with the boxes hanging out. It was just a photo op we couldn't pass up. So that was quite a funny story. And then after we did all that and got back home, there was still a chore to do that day. So I had to work on some laundry. So I got a picture of myself doing that. And then I needed another picture from the day, and I had just shot this one of my husband checking the mail once we got home, so I enlarged that one. And then this kind of just made a nice little collage with this where it says count the memories, not the calories. So even though I had already included those pictures, I did them here as well, and then did my mega date stamp. And for this one, it says capturing what matters. I think I turned this one on an angle and did the repeat, and then again, like I've been doing, just kind of highlighted one in a color. And I believe this was from some packaging from the Week in the Life kit. And then I just put a gold chipboard star on top. And then there are my Saturday pieces of life, lots of IKEA pieces. Favorite YouTubers. So everybody you probably recognize, except for maybe her. This is Bailey Sarian. She does Murder Mystery Makeup Mondays. And she also has like a dark history podcast now as well, but the rest of them are all crafty YouTubers. All right, so then we go into Sunday, which is a little more of an orange color. And I felt like once I had done all those ING journaling pieces, and then the 1 through 5 for every day with each of those 3x4 cards, or 3x4 photos, I felt like I really did not need to go back and just add extra journaling anywhere, because this had really told the story along with all of these pictures that I included. I felt like I had told enough of my story. So on this day, this was a special day. I got my first tattoo. I am currently still 50. I got my first tattoo. It is actually my one little word for this year, which is fearless. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. And I didn't get it because it's my one little word, but I got it because it is a huge goal for me to overcome some irrational fears and then some very real fears that I have. And so my appointment was on this day. And so here I am at the tattoo studio that I went to called the Mark Society 2. And my weather, more bad days with my diabetes. And then this card was perfect. It was the orange color to match, and it was a what happened and how I felt about it. And so I've got the picture of him tattooing me, and then outside pointing to it. So that worked out great. And then my newspapers. Then after my tattoo, one of my sons, my youngest, met us to eat at a place called Crust and Craft with wonderful pizzas and lots of craft beers and other goodies. So we did that, and then right next door is a place called Scoops, which has wonderful ice cream. So as I said, bad numbers for my diabetes that day, and that is why right here I am not a good diabetic. But oh look, I put 2 on here twice. Why did I do that? Oh, maybe because they were both actually talking about number 2. Okay, yes, I did it for a reason. So it's more of those Feed Your Craft puffy sticker numbers. Here was my pizza, pepperoni, pineapple, feta cheese. Best pizza ever. I forget what the name of my beer was. Let's see. Don't know, but it was delicious. And then just my husband getting some gas. And then here I am in my PJs. And one of my little chores or routines that I do is restock all the paper products throughout the house. So that's what I was doing there, coming down the hallway. And then this was from earlier that day when I was making my bed. And I just chose this one because I usually have 3 animals helping me make my bed. And so I have Stella, Margot, and Ellie there helping me out. So I included that as an enlargement. And then my Sunday includes a lot of things about the tattoo parlor, Dex's business card, those kind of things. So I put those in there. And then for this day, I was out of ideas for favorites. I could not come up with anything else, and out of ideas fit. So I just stuck that in there. And then this was also a download Allie made available, lyrics from the Elton John song that I really just, I love the song, and I love the way it relates to this project. So I did that and then finished it off with another piece of paper from the Vicki Boutin color study or color story collection. So that, my friends, is the last bit of my Week in the Life 2021 album. And I certainly appreciate you stopping by today. If you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to give me a like below and consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. And I will try to link some of the products below that, well, I'm not sure what might still be available. I don't know. I'll have to check on that and see. But I will link the part 1 video to this. All right. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.